Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday. You made it. Hope you're feeling good about that. That is quite an accomplishment in some weeks, making it all the way to Wednesday. I hope everyone is doing well, but hey, maybe you're not doing well this Wednesday. Maybe you are tired. Maybe you're a little depressed. Maybe you're just a little confused about what's going on in the world. And I want to share with you a text in the Bible that lets us know that it's okay to not be okay. This comes from the book of 1 Kings, chapter 19. Now, chapter 18 is where we have this very famous story in the Bible of Elijah coming up head-to-head against these prophets of Baal, and there's this wonderful victory for the prophet of God. God shows up, lights up the fire for Elijah. Elijah wins, and he shows that God is God and Baal is not. So this wonderful victory. Elijah's got to be on a spiritual high. Then you get to chapter 19. And the queen, Jezebel, says, "I'm coming for you, Elijah." And so Elijah runs off and he hides. And he's in a cave. And he's depressed. And he says to God, I shouldn't even be alive. It's amazing that we have a story like that in the Bible of the prophet, the one who just had this amazing victory. And now he's so depressed he thinks, I might as well just be dead. And then something amazing happens. God tells Elijah, go outside. And he goes out, and there is this gigantic wind that blows through. Only God wasn't in the wind. And there's an earthquake that happens. The Bible says God wasn't in the earthquake. And then there's a giant fire that comes up. Only God wasn't in the fire. And then it says there was a still, small voice. And that was God speaking. Sometimes we feel like we should always be okay. If we're a believer in God, if we're a Christian, we should never get down. And that's probably been put to the test this year in 2020. It's hard to be on top of the world constantly this year because this year has been tough. This year shows us that it's okay to not be okay. And just like Elijah, he wasn't okay. He had that great victory against the prophets of Baal. And then his life is threatened and he gets so down and so depressed, he says, I might as well just be dead. And then we always expect to find God in the big things. We expect to find him in the fire. We expect to find him in the earthquake or in the giant wind, the big things in life. That's where we expect to find God. But this story shows us that God shows up in the quiet moments. And he shows up even when we're not okay, even when we're struggling. So I just wanted to encourage all of us today. It's all right if you're not okay. It's okay if you're a little down, if you're a little sad, if you're a little depressed, if you're just a little uncertain about what the world is becoming or going to be, or how long all this is going to take place. It's okay. But keep listening. Keep listening for God's voice. It's not always going to come in a giant fire. It's not always going to come in some great, massive event in your life. It may just happen in the in-between moments, in the times in life when you're quiet, when you're listening. You'll hear God's voice. And I think he'll tell all of us, just like he told Elijah, I'm still here. I've still got things under control. So listen for that voice. God is still speaking and he's still at work, even in our messed up world. And my friends, I hope you have a good rest of your week. I hope that you'll join us for the different things we have going on. We have our worship and Sabbath school that's happening on Saturdays. You can join us in the building at Piedmont Park, or you can join us like this online on YouTube and Facebook. Also want to let everybody know we are going to be having our Light Up the Dark event this year. Big event. We normally have hundreds of people that come to it, and we do all sorts of great stuff on October 31st to share Christ with the community. We're going to do it, but it's going to be a little different. Instead of being inside with Bible-themed rooms and a big bounce house outside, can't do those things this year with 2020. Instead, we're going to be having it set up similar to our live nativity, where we have different scenes set up outside, and people will drive through and see those scenes. We're going to show the story of Daniel. So lion's den, fiery furnace, all sorts of cool stuff. People can drive through and see them all, hear the story as well on their radios. And then as they leave, they'll get some treats and we'll give away some literature. Giving away a book this year that will hopefully encourage people who need some hope. So tell others about that. That'll be October 31st from 4 until 6 p.m. And take care. Have a good week. Encourage each other and keep listening, because the Lord is still speaking. God bless you.